It has been about 5 years since I last used a phone as small as the new $400 Apple iPhone SE, and the thought of going back to one filled me with dread. Justified? Let's find out. Confession: I started off disliking the iPhone SE. It's small, it's not as fast as the iPhone 11, and well, it's got a design I'd had enough of in 2017. But gradually, I warmed to the pint-sized phone, and my opinion changed. So, has it blossomed into a full-on love affair? Have I got a confession of a different type to make? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the size. It's small, okay? If you've used almost any premium Android phone or any iPhone Plus model consistently over the past few years, going to the iPhone SE feels like stepping out of a Rolls-Royce Phantom and into a smart car. Everything's still there, just on a smaller scale. This is basically the same design as an iPhone 6, an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8. And this means a 4.7-inch screen on the front, and it felt cramped for quite a while, like my fingers had tripled in size since 2016. If you've been using an iPhone 6, 7 or an 8 for a while, you'll be right at home though. It's more the problem is if you're coming from anything bigger than that. Just like we quickly get used to spreading ourselves out in our living spaces, smartphone screens, well, they're no different, and coming from a bigger phone, well, it's quite jarring. But apart from that, it's practically impossible to visually tell the difference between it and the 6.1-inch liquid retina screen on the $700 iPhone 11. And that's right down to the extreme viewing angles possible. But there's a reason big screen phones have become the norm. It's because our smartphone habits have evolved to cater for our thirst for media. Many of us will spend plenty of time watching video and playing games on our phones. And for casual gaming and some general YouTubing, well, the iPhone SE is perfectly adequate. No, it's not a cinema in your pocket or some other such cliche, and the screen isn't that bright either. But provided you're not looking for that kind of phone, then it's fine. It's colourful, and the speakers, well, they're really great too. For normal everyday tasks like browsing and social media, the little iPhone SE nestled into my palm nicely and became not only more manageable but really quite fast too. There are various software enhancements to help here, such as Apple's swipe typing on that small keyboard. It stops many of my messages simply reading as my fat fingers struggle to get the right letters. That said, there is some evidence the iPhone SE's much vaunted A13 Bionic processor, which it shares with the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro, has been slowed down a little. Benchmark tests, well, they underperformed on the iPhone SE, and scrolling through some apps was less fluid than I expected, and certainly less fluid than on the iPhone 11. I didn't notice any problems when playing games though.